I do want to linger on a moment for what you just told us, and I'm going to ask the team to pull back up that surveillance footage that we've gotten from TMZ from those neighborhood cameras. You said that in that footage is your driveway, and you parked there at 11:30 a.m. We know this footage that you're looking at was taken at 11:49 a.m. So you would have been on that street, that driveway, 19 minutes.
Right across. Yeah, it's not my driveway; it's my aunt's driveway. Parking lot was very full. He's walking in front of my aunt's house there right now, and my cousin's house is the driveway that is taking that photo. And my CRV, the gray CRV in the distance there, that is my car. I parked there probably 10 minutes before he walked by, and I had not seen this footage till just now. And it just keeps so many things that keep linking up. It's really astonishing to me. And then we went back to this house afterwards. They thought they had the shooter. So I took a friend of mine, and we went back to my aunt's house and said, well, we'll just hang out here for a while. And before long, the people were combing the backyard, as you saw. She had the footage of that. And pretty soon helicopters are overhead. And so this is very, very local to me. Not only is it Utah, but it's kind of my neighborhood where I spent so much of my childhood and all of my relatives. Yeah. This is really astonishing. I got up yesterday morning at 6 o'clock to drive up and meet Charlie, and I haven't been to bed since then, because it's just one thing after another, and so astonishing that this could happen in Utah. And yeah, all of these things that are coming to light.
Yeah. You say this is local. I just want to point out, you can't get more local than your aunt's driveway, which is your gray CRV. I just want to try to gather some information right now. Do you know anything about the cameras beside? Have you observed ring cameras there? Do we think that there could be additional angles? We know the FBI was swarming your street when you went back to this location 2 hours later. What can you tell us about the camera situation, or anything you may know about what it's like to walk down that street?
So you've got the cameras that are on this side of the street that are taking the footage that you're looking at. On the other side of the street, they're older homes. They don't have any camera surveillance on the other side. So I think what you're seeing there, and I know he's my age. He's my first cousin. He lives in that house, and this is his ring camera. And really, I'm just blown away right now.
I would be pretty blown away as well. The killer walked down that street 19 minutes after you were there, and you returned to that location. I believe it was 2:30 local time. So it would have been, correct me if I'm wrong, 2 hours after the shooting. When you came back 2 hours later, the FBI was swarming that street. Do you have any indication at what time the FBI and law enforcement got to that location? Because it seems like there's some pretty critical evidence to collect right in front of your aunt's driveway.
Yeah, we got there probably about 1:45 is about the time that we got back to her house. And it was a half hour, 45 minutes later that someone said, hey, there are military guys in the backyard. And National Guard was going up and down the street. And then I got a call from the person who owns this house, my cousin Sam. And he said, hey, I've got some connections to the military. They said, or to the police department. They said that there's maybe another suspect. So just lock the doors just in case. And of course, this was after the shooting. Just right there. And that would have been around 2:15, 2:30.
I see. Any indication? You mentioned another suspect. That's the first. We have no information to suggest there's another suspect. We also have no information to suggest that this is the only individual involved in this. Did you ever hear anything else from neighbors about seeing anything else suspicious right there in front of where your car was parked?
No, we were standing in that driveway for 15, 20 minutes talking, because we were under the impression that the shooter had been apprehended. And that's why they said, maybe there's a second suspect, but there wasn't. The first two that they arrested were, that didn't pan out. So I'm not suggesting there were two. I'm suggesting that the one that we thought was the one they had in custody was then released, and then the second one was released. So, but yeah.
I see what happened. How are you? Did you see what happened, Phil? No. You were there too.
Oh yeah, it's interesting because I was there. I was a witness to everything that happened. I was talking to Charlie just before he took the stage, and I was in very, very close proximity. I was pretty
All
And
right,
it's the
there we
last
go.
one. So I set this to a transparency and like put my rulers up, my guides. And I mean, it's like a perfect match on this profile, which is pretty crazy.
Wow. So you
And
think
on
that
the
guy is him?
I mean, I'm speculating, I guess. It's a theory, but he's obviously close to Phil Lyman. We see them interacting. They act super sketchy there for a little bit. While someone was interviewing him. I don't know what was going on. You can't really hear anything that they're saying, but so they know each other. We know Phil Lyman is associated with the house that had the camera up on, and
Yeah.
also just happens to be a part of every single piece of the scene. Then he does the sketchy laugh where he says he didn't see anything, but then he also goes on to interviews and says he was so close in proximity. I mean, it's all just kind of pointing back to these people that are around Phil too, like that there's something on between them.
Like that
And